Alright guys, so worked around the sex organs, left them there, as you can see. I also took and skinned his tail out a pretty good ways, and then just decided to go ahead and break it off because I'm not going to use this. This is not going for taxidermy. It's just I'm just going to tan this hide out and probably use it for boot laces or something, or a bowstring, bow drill string. But anyway, once you get to this point, you can kind of just grab hold of the hide and just pull it down. The fresher this kill is, the easier it is to skin out this way. This is called a case skin because when we finish skinning him, his skin or her skin will more or less just be in a case. It'll be just like it was on her body, or it encased her body. So you just pull it down. Now, once it gets around the shoulders, it gets a little harder because the skin's attached better at the shoulders and the hips. A little bit of work, you can get it though. This is another great thing about setting up this field expedient gambrel like this. If you got a small game gambrel, that's great. But the great thing about having it set up on a gambrel like this is you can actually pull on it, you know, because groundhogs and possums and raccoons, they've got lots of fat and they're hard to hold on to. Now this is a young groundhog and she didn't have a whole lot of fat on her yet. But if it had been a more mature groundhog, then it would have had a heck of a lot more fat on it and been a whole lot harder to hold on to. But like this, set up this way, you can grab hold of the skin, the hide, and I'll show you a way. When I trap another one, and if I get a bigger one, then I'll show you a way that you can take and put a piece of string around here, like sisal string, put it around there, and put a loop in it, and you can actually step on it to tighten it up and pull that hide down, or you can work it with your knife while your foot's applying pressure to the hide. But with this guy here, gal here I guess, we're just going to take and grab hold and just pull it down. Now I'm down here to a shoulder. I'm going to have to push this shoulder back through. I don't get stung by a yellow jacket first. See how it just kind of slides down there real nice. I'm going to try to work this shoulder out here, see if I can get it on here where you can see it. You get your fingers right in there. There we go. Get your fingers in that socket and just pull that skin and hide back. You can work your elbow through. I may have to make a slit in here to trim some of this fat. Let me get these elbows out of here on each side and the shoulders out, and I'll get back to you when I start taking the skin off the head. Yellow Jackets are about to take over. Alright guys, so got him skinned out now. One thing you always hear about on groundhogs and beavers and stuff, they've got a gland, like a little castor gland that's up underneath their legs. So you want to make sure and get that out. And it's right here, what we would call the armpit. Right here, it's just a little gland that's in there. You don't want to cut that gland because it'll taint your meat. So you want to cut around it as best you can. Try to get it up out of there. It's like that. And there'll be one on each side. So you want to make sure and get both those, get it all out of there. Don't leave any. I got all those glands out. Now I just want to take my knife and pierce right up underneath the membrane for the sac. You don't want to cut into any of the intestines or the innards of the animal, any of its guts or anything. You want to leave them intact as possible. You don't want to cut into it because it will taint your meat. So just make a cut all the way down. Cut all that open, pull it out. Now at this point, I'm going to go ahead and cut around the sex organs and the anus. Alright, once you get them down through there, cut all the connective tissue. Check his kidneys, make sure they're good. The kidneys are good. There's no spots on them or anything. Lungs look good, liver. There he is. Alright guys, so got him all skinned out, dressed out, decapitated. I'm going to take and cut the hind feet off here in just a second. And I'll take and quarter them out where I can keep the hams and the shoulders, and then there's a nice little piece of tenderloin right in here, and then on the back you'll have some, you can see the back straps that run all the way down through here, and the shoulder meat across through there that I'll take out with the shoulders. So and then that'll be about it. So I'll go ahead and get him dressed out, get him cleaned up, get all the dadgum yellow jackets off of him. They're about ate me alive out here. So I'm gonna get these yellow jackets off, get him cleaned up, and get him ready to cook.